A guy the first I'm seeing is playing mental games on purpose. I, 30F. Saw a group text between him, 41M, and his guy friends basically saying that you have to damage a woman's self-esteem to keep them in line. I knew I wasn't crazy when I felt he was ignoring me on purpose or negging when I know I'm a beautiful woman. It was to purposely hurt me. Of course I'm leaving him, but I want him to hurt a bit before and after I go so he knows not to do this to another woman. Any ideas? I was going to get him to take me on a hefty shopping spree, then end things kindly with a smile on my face. Edit. I thought about it and I really don't even have the desire nor the energy to do anything. I sent a polite text ending things and told him to take care. Then completely blocked him on everything. Kill him kindness. I'm not going to ruin my good fortune by engaging in his nonsense. I've read that to guys that neg, engaging by being equally petty is a sign to them that they're in your psyche and eventually you'll go back to them. So I would not bother doing it. Just send a curt text. I've lost interest, no need to contact me again. And be done with it. He's 41, you're not going to change him now. Just leave, while you still have self-respect. Stare at his hairline as you tell him you're just not that into him. I've been called spiteful in the past, but hell, I'm spiteful. Before you leave him, tell him why you're leaving and then block him out of your life. Make sure he knows that all his negging and stonewalling was immature, and he won't be getting another woman like you as you shut the door on his ego. The best hurt is, when he comes crawling back, say you've forgotten things he brings up. Him. Baby, don't you remember when I bought you the necklace? You bought me a necklace? No, I think you have me confused with someone else. Him. But what about the vacation we took together? You. What vacation was that? I agree with others that he will only see any revenge as engaging with his bullshit. Telling him you don't like men who play childish mind games and never contacting him again is the best route. Just be super bubbly and tell him y'all are done. Don't fight. Don't explain yourself. Don't do anything upsetting. He thinks women are just objects to play with. Don't give him what he wants and thinks women are like. Guys his age go out with girls your age because women his age won't put up with his bullshit. Cut it off. Now. Just ghost him. Update. Should I be okay with my boyfriend moving in with his friend? Original post. So, after reading the thread I went to my boyfriend about my concerns and he was super understanding. He spoke to his friend and she agreed to let me move in with them, rent-free also, while me and boyfriend buy all her food shopping. We've lived here for just under a month and it was amazing. Me and her became super close, and it felt like three best friends living together and chilling. I got used to her cuddling, when I realized she does it with everyone even me ATP. Everything was going perfectly until about an hour ago. I do my makeup in her room, as she has a huge vanity, with a selfie mirror and we share a lot of stuff, eyeshadow, highlight etc. While looking for a particular palette of hers, I come across what I at first thought was a sketchbook. She's a very talented artist. Turns out it was actually a sketchbook, journal. I started snooping, and came across a bunch, like 10 plus, of drawings, paintings of my boyfriend that are super like X-rated. Somewhere they're having sex, somewhere he's just naked etc., along with paragraphs about how she's into him and feels guilty because she genuinely likes me etc. I honestly don't know what to do. I hadn't even thought about this Reddit account until now. Seriously, what the fuck do I do? Everything has been perfect until this. Side note, it's not sanitary to share eye makeup. I don't even know what to say, girl. If it was me, I'd have taken pictures of those specific images, paragraphs as proof and shown your boyfriend and get the F out of there. If he doesn't care after seeing proof, well, you have your answer. Honestly, if it was me being drawn sexually and etc., I'd be extremely disturbed and want to leave lol. Don't read people's diaries, you will never like what you find. Also don't share makeup. That way lies eye infections. So you goofed by snooping into her privacy. Take some time to process this and think about the pros and cons. Do you trust that your boyfriend would fight off advances and remain faithful? Or are you worried that he might give in? It's normal to worry about whether she might try anything because of her feelings, but you also need to consider how much you trust your boyfriend to be honest with you if something suspicious happens between them. But you should own up to it. Have a conversation with her without boyfriend around because you wouldn't want to put her on the spot. She's going to be either embarrassed that you saw or angry that you snooped or both. She might even want you and boyfriend to leave. The most important thing is to clear up any misunderstandings or clear the air. WTF. But why would she keep it there knowing you share a lot of stuff? Right now it's just a journal, she hasn't crossed any boundaries. Why do anything? As long as she only keeps it at fantasy, then who cares? I have a wife that way above my pay grade, she is amazing. If I had issues with everyone dreaming about her I would lose my mind. My recommendation is never do anything until someone makes a move first. If you chose a decent person as your significant other, there will be a lifetime of people dreaming about them. They can still be friends, they can still be in your life, but only act when they do something shady. You were pretty dense to normalize some other girl cuddling with your boyfriend. Your gut instinct was right, but you let yourself be talked out of it. Now here you are, in a very modern and progressive arrangement, living with another girl who likes to cuddle with your boyfriend and wondering where you went wrong. Thinking face. Good luck with that. I'd suggest you pull your head out of the sand and be willing to pay rent somewhere. Both my exes went for my sister. I'm insecure now. So in my last 2 relationships, after the relationships ended, they both went for my younger sister. Let me explain. After my first ex and I broke up, I had graduated high school and gone to college. While he was a senior and my sister was a junior, he and my sister started talking. When she told me, I thought it was weird, but I told her, you know what happened between him and I, it's your decision to be or not to be with him. I can't force you to not feel things for him. So she and him had a thing for a while, never officially dated, but then broke it off. After that, I started dating another boy from college for almost 2 years. He and my sister were very friendly, acted like best friends, and I was super happy about that, because they got along. Who doesn't want their sibling to like their boyfriend? There were times when I've wondered if my boyfriend at the time had feelings for her, but I always thought I was overreacting. I knew my sister would never do such a thing with him, because she saw him as a friend. We were all in a group chat together, and would send memes to each other. When we broke it off, he started being a weird, obsessive ex towards me and kept in contact with my sister. He would vent to her and she got really tired of him coming to her. Eventually, before he stopped texting her, he confessed that he thought that him and my sister were more compatible than him and I, and that he never said anything about his feelings, because he was with me. She told me about it, and it confirmed my hunch from before that he indeed had feelings. I'm in a new relationship, and I'm very insecure now. My sister is prettier than me, and I'm afraid that if I bring my boyfriends around her, they'll start to like her more than me. Plus, she's very friendly, so they might think she's flirting with them. I don't know. A part of me resents her, but I know that it's not her fault at all. Maybe I just date weird guys. Is this something I should bring up with my new boyfriend? We've been dating for 2 months, and he's met her. His behavior is kind of weird around her, emo, but am I just overreacting? Or should I trust my hunch? The day you find the right person for you, he will only have eyes for you. So don't resent your sister, instead thank her for helping you weed them out faster. In high school we called that, sloppy seconds. If your partner loves and respects you, they wouldn't even look at anyone in your family like that. Those guys were weirdos, and I hope you never have to deal with that shit again. Sister needs boundaries. I don't want to blame her, but she's 2 for 2. Probably a combo of shitty guys and crappy sister, to be honest. Who the fuck dates their sister's ex? Who even creates situations where sister's boyfriend develops feelings for you? I do think you need to have a talk with your sister. In my relationship with my sister, it would not be okay for either of us to date one of our exes. That would be disgusting. And it would be also odd for me to have an overly friendly relationship with one of her exes. You need to establish boundaries with your sister and perhaps have some other friends as well, so it's not always you 3. And no group chats. I am sure if I kept talking to one of my sister's exes, eventually something inappropriate would happen, like why wouldn't it? I am an attractive person, but I would never let things go there. You just dated with rubbish boys so far. I would explain your current insecurities to your BF. If he is truly worth your time, he will reassure that he only has eyes for you. I think as well as the boys, your sister is at fault too. I would never in a million years even think of talking to, let alone date, someone my sister did. Like what the fuck, how can you sleep with someone that slept with your sister? Gross. My opinion is biased. But I would guess there's more issues with your sister before this. I personally would never talk to my sibling again if they did this. Even once. My best friend told me she cheated on her boyfriend of 8 months. I have no idea what to do. My F22 best friend, F22, let's call her Rosie, told me she cheated on her boyfriend, M25, of 8 months. Let's call him Kevin. My friend and I have been best friends since we were born and we've been through everything together. I was super shocked when she told me what she had done. She basically told me that she confessed her love for a guy, M22, and let's call him Ron. Ron is in her school program and they hooked up a couple times before she was in a relationship with Kevin. From what she told me, they confessed their love for each other, kissed, and had sex. She told me that she's only going to tell me about what happened and maybe her older sister to get advice. I asked her if she was going to tell Kevin and she said she was planning on it. So, I reached out to her the next day and asked how she was feeling. She said that she hung out with Kevin last night and it was so great and so fun and that she loves him so much. I then asked if she's going to tell Kevin. She said no. She said they're so happy together, she really likes being with him, and that it only happened once so it's not a big deal. I am incredibly angry with her. Kevin is such a great guy and he does not deserve this at all. I've also been cheated on and I would want to know right away if my significant other was cheating. My friend doesn't know how angry I am yet. She's one of my only friends and I don't want to lose her, but I also think what she did is horrible. I can't decide if I should just stay out of it, tell Kevin, or talk to Rosie about it more and how she needs to tell Kevin what she did. Either way I'd rather not lose my best friend over this, but it's completely going against my morals and boundaries that Kevin is blind to all of this. Too long did not read. Best friend cheated and I can't decide if I should tell her boyfriend or stay out of it. I also don't want to lose my best friend if I do tell her boyfriend about it. Would you want to know if your boyfriend cheated on you? Cheaters depend on others to keep their creepy lives secret. Expose her. If you rather not lose a friend over her cheating on her boyfriend, then it does not go against your morals and boundaries. You are fine keeping her as a friend. It is someone cheating on you goes against your morals and boundaries. Your best friend would cheat on her boyfriend. Just think what she would do to you if it benefits her. Do you really want someone who thinks that cheating is no big deal as your best friend? You need to find better friends. You are at a great age to do so. You need to have her tell him, or if she will not, you tell him. There is a great chance you will lose a so-called friend, but sooner or later she is going to do something to screw you over. Her actions towards Kevin have shown she is only out for herself. Tell me with who you walk and I'll tell you who you are. He will definitely learn in the future about this because no cheating remains secret forever, and if you keep your silence he gonna hate you just like her and her sister and your integrity will be dragged through the mud anyway. Better find evidence and, accidentally, show him. It sucks when you find out someone you've known and loved your whole life is a self-centered douchebag. But that's where you are. You can't stay out of it now, thanks to her telling you, which was hugely unfair position to put you in, and should piss you off all by itself. She brought you into it, so now you have to follow what you think is right. I could never forgive myself if Kevin wasted years of his life because she lied about cheating. And I can tell you this. If you tell Kevin, and she gets mad at you and doubles down on her douchiness, instead of acknowledging she fucked up and accepting the consequences, she was never really a friend. You should talk to your best friend about this and guide her towards doing the right thing. Do not take matters into your own hands and tell her boyfriend yourself. She needs to have the integrity and honesty to tell her boyfriend. This isn't your battle to fight. Hey bestie. Because you're my bestie, I'm letting you know beforehand that either you're going to tell Kevin or I am. I guess you have until the end of the week. If you're my bestie back, you'll understand why I need to do this. If she has a problem with that, well, she's a crappy person, and crappy people make crappy friends anyway. Yeah, hate to break it to you, but you're probably gonna lose a friend. Ada. I agree that you need to tell her she needs to tell him. If she isn't going to tell him, I personally would not be able to have enough respect for her to be her friend anymore. TBH might already be there where you are at now. But you should tell her that she needs to tell him, period, and if she won't, he deserves to know.